I've never thought of myself as a superstitious person. Ghosts, demons, haunted houses, those were things for movies, not real life. At least that's what I believed. Until last winter. My name's Claire. I'm 27 and my husband Mark works nights as a trauma nurse. We moved into this small 2-bedroom house about 4 months ago with our baby girl Emily. It wasn't fancy, but it felt perfect. Quiet street, good neighbors, tall trees outside the window that made the wind sound soft at night. For the first few weeks, everything was fine. Then little things began to bother me. A light left on when I was sure ID turned it off, the faint creak of floorboards when no one was walking. I blamed exhaustion. New mom sleep makes your brain weird. One night, around 2 in the morning, I woke up because the baby monitor crackled to life. It was just static at first, soft, harmless. Then I heard it, a slow, steady breathing sound. Not the short, shallow breaths of a sleeping baby, but deep, rhythmic ones. I sat up and stared at the monitor. The green signal light blinked steadily, meaning the camera in Emily's room was active. I turned the volume all the way down, then up again. The breathing was still there. I told myself it was interference, maybe picking up another house's device. I unplugged it, waited, then plugged it back in. The sound stopped. I laughed at myself, shook my head, and went back to bed. 2 nights later, it happened again. Only this time, there was a faint sound beneath the breathing. A low hum, like someone softly singing. I froze. The melody was familiar. It took me a few seconds to realize why. It was the same lullaby I sing to Emily every night. My hands started shaking. I turned on the bedroom light and stared at the monitor. The hum continued for a few seconds, then stopped. I ran to Emily's room. She was asleep, but the baby monitor camera, the one mounted above her crib, had moved. It was pointing slightly downward, like someone had touched it. I grabbed Emily, held her close, and stood in the hallway listening. The house was completely silent. No footsteps, no breathing. Just my heart pounding. The next morning, I told Mark what happened. He smiled, tried to reassure me, said baby monitors pick up all kinds of random frequencies. He even showed me an article about people hearing strangers through them. I wanted to believe him. But over the next few weeks, strange things kept happening. The back door was unlocked twice, even though we both swore we locked it. A picture frame in the nursery kept getting tilted. And once, Emily S. stuffed rabbit, the one that always stayed in her crib, was found on the rocking chair. Mark thought I was just tired, that maybe I'd forgotten. But I started keeping a log, dates, times, little notes. It sounds crazy, but I needed proof that I wasn't losing it. Then came the night everything changed. It was a Thursday. Rainy. Mark was at work. Emily had gone down early. Around 1:30 a.m., the sound of static woke me again. I turned to the monitor beside my bed and felt my chest tighten. The camera feed wasn't showing Emily's crib anymore. It was pointed at the closet. At first I thought maybe the camera had slipped. But the movement was slow, deliberate. It tilted upward, like someone was controlling it. I whispered, "Mark?" Even though I knew he wasn't there. The closet door on the monitor was slightly open, just enough to see darkness inside. Then it moved, not fast, not a swing, just a slow shift. I could hear something faint through the speaker. It wasn't static. It wasn't breathing. It was a whisper, a man's voice saying, "Shh, you'll wake her." I dropped the monitor and ran. Every instinct told me to grab my baby first, so I sprinted into Emily's room. She was awake, crying. The closet door was open wider now, not all the way, but more than before. The camera was still turning slowly, the little red light glowing in the dark. I didn't look inside the closet. I couldn't. I just grabbed Emily and ran out the front door barefoot, standing in the rain while I called 911. The dispatcher kept asking me questions, but I could barely speak. All I remember saying was, "Someone's in my house." The police arrived in less than 10 minutes. They searched every room, every corner, even the attic. Nothing. One of the officers asked to see the monitor setup. He looked at the base unit, then at the camera in the nursery. After a minute, he called his partner over and whispered something. When they finished checking the room, one of them said, "Ma'am, do you mind looking at something?" He pointed to the inside of the closet door. Near the bottom, in the paint, were smudged fingerprints. Old, dusty, like someone had been grabbing the door from the inside. I felt sick. They took the camera as evidence and advised us to disconnect all our Wi-Fi devices. Later, they told Mark someone had hacked into our monitor system. They could control the camera remotely, pan, tilt, zoom, even talk through the speaker. But that didn't explain the fingerprints. Those were real, physical. And whoever left them had been inside the house for weeks. I threw out every camera we owned. We changed locks, added alarms, even got a dog. But the fear didn't go away. For the first month after, I couldn't sleep without the lights on. Sometimes, late at night, I'd wake up to faint static, even though we didn't have the monitor anymore. Sometimes, I thought I heard that same lullaby. It would fade in and out, just under the sound of rain or the hum of the refrigerator. And when I checked on Emily, she'd be fast asleep, breathing softly, completely unaware. Mark keeps telling me it's all in my head, that the hacker's gone, that we're safe. But I still keep the closet door closed, every night, because some part of me believes someone might still be watching. And sometimes, just before I fall asleep, I swear I can hear that same soft whisper. "Shh, you'll wake her."